Good day, everybody. Happy Monday. It is already the fifth day of the new year. Hope it is going great. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here and you watch on replay or popping in shortly, my name is Heather and I do tarot. I'm an artist and I'm a writer. So I mix a little bit of everything onto my channel. And we have the beautiful Selena. Hello, my dear. Good to see you. Um, yeah, I thought for today I would pull cards if anybody is interested in maybe working with a particular goddess this year. And if they don't have quite an idea, we can pull a few cards and see what comes up and if that goddess tends to resonate with you. And here are all my peeps popping in. There is Moira. Hello, Moira. Moira, you can work with yourself. Moira the Fates. Just kidding. And we have, oops, where's she? Oh, yep, Janet. We got Janet Lee here. Hello, Janet. And so, yeah, the first sacred feminine of the new year. And so excited because I ended up returning the Wee Moon planner. There was just um, too much personal baggage or something. You know, we all have to find the right fit for us. And I came across this beauty on Amazon yesterday, and it's not by the Seasons of the Witch decks that we have, but it's called Year of the Witch, and it's a seasonal intuitive magic planner. And is that not beautiful? And it comes with a little gold elastic band to keep it closed. They also have a calendar that's out, but look at this. This is so much prettier. I feel so much happier. I love the energy that I'm feeling from this. And what's really cool too, I open up to a random page, but when a new zodiac sign takes over, or switches, I should say, switches the houses or switches into signs, they put, I know it's a little hard to see, but they put the symbol right there. So, yeah, the 19th of February is when Pisces, moves in. So I'm very happy because I got another planner, but that's for like when I go to start going back to school and when I have my appointments and everything. And there's even like little recipes inside this book. So I'm very, very pleased, very happy with this one. And there's enough space on the pages for me to write down maybe a couple cards I pulled for myself, or if I want to do a little bit of my artwork or do a little collage, it's in here. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Selena. Yes, it is by Amber Lotus. It is, let's see, illustrations by Isabel Salem. Oh, I love that. Isabel Salem and Anastasia Lunavea. And the collage design is by Lydia Hess. And yes, beautiful. And it's printed with soy ink. And it's also supporting responsible forestry. So all those good little signs that we like to see on the back for. And it says here this calendar features public holidays in the US, Australia, Canada, for my Canadian peeps here in chat, New Zealand, and the UK. And the moon phase is presented in universal time. So, yes, I love it. Can't start waiting to play with it. It's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but you know what? Who really needs, does it have to be big? I like this. It's nice. It's got a nice little chunk to it. Fits nicely in my hand. So I'm excited to start working with that. And hey, Sassy Boo. Yep, smack all that like buttons and do all that sexy YouTubey stuff, right? So, but yes, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know a lot of y'all had to go back to work and they're like, oh, back to, except for Selena, girl, you're always working. But for a lot of my some of my fellow peeps, it was back to work day. So cheers to y'all. Have a great start of your week, I hope. Isn't it something how hot coffee doesn't stay hot for very long? Ooh, but I found a nice little mixture of mocha creamer and a little bit of a splash of whole milk, and it's perfect. It's mwah. So that's probably why it cools it down a little bit faster. So yeah, I thought for today, I can pull some cards if anyone's interested in working with a maybe a particular goddess this year. And sometimes we work with a goddess energy archetype, however you want to see her, as if she's an actual deity to you. Some people may decide to choose a year. Some may just, work for a few months. So I would be happy to pull some cards. And what's this? Wait a minute. Let's go back up here. The chat jumped when I saw that. Okay. Oh, but you've been working 6 days. Yeah. Girl, I bet you when that one day comes up, I had to do that for 7 months one time. I worked post office and retail. So got up at 7 in the morning, and then there were some days I didn't get back until 7 o'clock at night. So, but this is what I saw. Hi, Jax. I spanked that sass bun with all that I had. No, that's how we roll on Heather's channel. Oh my goodness. So yes, I would actually love to maybe start getting some private readings this year. I have quite a bit of uh, we don't like using the word deck because we imply that, to the universe, but moving here, took some of its toll. So, but yes, if anybody is open to private readings, you can find me there at that email. Thank you, Jax. And you're like, sure. So you want to take on somebody extra than Santa Muerte? Or what can you imagine if Santa Muerte came up? I have actually 4 decks with me. She's only in one. Should we pull from that one? But I do have my Black Obsidian deck, or my Obsidian Veil. And there are some feminine archetypes in here that are not so palatable. They're not quite so nice. I can pull from here. I'm going to pretty much be directed to where, but I think that type of energy, or could be a message of something that we may need to work on as a shadow aspect of ourselves this year. So I can always pull from this deck as well. And if I get drawn to pull from that deck, I will let you know. And if it's something like, no, just go from another one, no problem. I am missing a book for my Goddess Oracle, that one that the book that went along with the one that you got me, Selena, and I cannot find that little book anywhere. But I do have this deck, and I also have my Colette Baron Reed and my Goddesses of the World. And for an additional message, I was drawn to bring my mermaid's purse. Not my mermaid's purse. I keep saying mermaid's purse. I guess Heather wants that deck. No, the Mind's Eye Tarot by the same artist, Olivia Rose. Oh boy, that was very interesting, wasn't it? So let me write Selena. I'm just going to write here Divine Feminine, because I've been keeping a list here of, because I don't know why StreamYard had to take away the star question or star comment from there. It's now when people, you have to try to write and keep up with everything. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, Selena. And I know I got some comments to catch up with here. Thank you, my dear. Irene, of course. Of course. Let's see. My one day is nuts, I bet. And at those days when you take all those cute little Darla videos, I just love watching those. Oh, and there is a wonderful videos that Nancy shared with me. Excuse me. about this adoption center. She sent me a couple. I don't know where it is, but they allow, so people, I guess, go in to see the dogs, but they bring the people out into the waiting room and they bring the dogs out one at a time, and the dogs pick their owners. And it is some of the most beautiful, hysterical. I mean, Shannon and I were like crying over this video, these dogs finding their homes. So I highly recommend. I think at some point, what's the name of the if you want to feel good, a feels good. I'm not sure if it says here. It's called I Chose You Adoptions, and so they have the December adoptions, and but it's called I Choose You, and just, oh my goodness, it's so heartwarming, just so heartwarming. All righty, so Irene, let me go down here a little bit. You do have a live tonight? Ooh, okay. I'll have to go. I've been missing a couple that I didn't mean to, like Miss Tarot D and Mary Grace. Oh my goodness, talking about La Bafana, and I think I have her here. Does YT allow spanking? I don't know, but who cares? My channel. Gotta keep that. Oh my God, you so went there, girl. You so went there. But if she didn't, then that wouldn't be Jax, right? Nothing wrong with the energy of other goddesses. Nope. Variety, yes, is a spice of life. And every time I see spice now, I'm thinking my Spice Girls. Okay. Doing your channelversary. Yes. Yep. Channelversary. Be there or be square. So I will stop yabbing in a second here. So 2.5. Okay, I thought it was going to be like, oh no, I got to get, but in 2.5 hours from now. And also interviewing Yadira. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yadira from Underneath the Marigold. Yes, I would like to learn about her. I need some new peeps to join me on my channel. There's a lot of new people I would like to invite. You could ask Lenormand where you will find the missing guidebook. Is that so? I don't know. I never even thought of asking St. Anthony. But watch, the show will be over, and I'm going to be like, no. But most of those goddesses we know about on that deck. It was at Heather Louse first. Oh, I think I'll do your channelversary this weekend. Okay, so it's Yadira that you are. All righty, so okay, let's get this started then. Quick sip. Okay, which deck, Selena? Ooh, which deck? Okay, it's going to the goddesses of the world. Ooh, you have two. What decks are you going to save this for a surprise? I'm telling you, Selena, I'm so happy that you did that review on the Folia. I fell in love with that deck, and that is a very popular deck. People are like, ooh, Would be nice if Pescaleva would do a journal of some kind. You're doing the mind's eye? Okay. Okay, so Selena. One of my favorites. And we are coming up on In Bulk. Hint. And let's see. And I have an interesting idea too. So I separated my core cards, and I think what I am going to do is the echoes of the inner child. Okay. So I'm going to do something different with the core card here. So this core card is going to represent the energy of either your personality, my dear, or the energy surrounding you this year. Element, because the core cards represent every core card represents a facet of ourselves. So this is going to be looking at what this particular goddess, what aspect, core card aspect, it can help us with. All righty. So now where is my book? I mean, I know about her, but I like reading about her and sharing about her. What is happening to my books? I still have a disaster from that scavenger hunt last week. So, okay, well, this is so bizarre. Where are mine? Are you here? For the love of the only book that's here. That is very bizarre. Okay, well, I'm just going to go with it. And you got the Bridget, Selena. And typically, we see Bridget, slaving over her forge, or holding or surrounded by her candles. For she is the goddess of inspiration. Selena, that project that you were talking about. Hi, Kat. That project you were talking about. She is the goddess of inspiration, of writing, of poetry, of forging, of creating. So this is absolutely beautiful. I can see this now. So that Bridget, tending to the irons, tending to her forge. I'm looking for that one word when they talk about how they temper their swords, their metals, so this is a year to start really tempering and shaping and sharpening your skills, your forging skills, your creative skills. I just love that. That fieriness. And with her being associated with Imbolc, we do have Imbolc coming up within a few weeks, actually February 1st. So this is a great time to tap into her energy, to help you get that little extra fire, that little bit of energy that you need, and to keep you motivated, during this year with your projects, because I know you have a lot of them. But I'm thinking of one particular one, and I think you know which one I'm thinking of. That would be where she can really be the help, especially with the writing and So beautiful, beautiful Bridget. I wish, actually, that's kind of washing it out, but just really beautiful colors here on her card. And so your tarot cards. Now the energy, when it comes to the quartz aspect of yourself, she's going to be bringing out, and this is just, you can't make this up. You did announce it. Okay. So she's about the forge, right? And about the fire and the shaping of the swords and her weapons of choice and how she's going to, girl, you got the King of Swords. So she's going to help you forge that sword. That is going to be your sword of truth for the year. That's going to be your form of writing, your expression of your thought process, sharpening your skills, sharpening the blade Okay, so this is also kind of getting into learning how to or starting to develop skills of communication where you really need to get that point across. You know, the Kings are very practical, but they are very direct, but they're balanced enough. So it's that balance of being able to stay grounded and calm, but also being very clear and articulate with um, with all your projects that you are creating this year. So bringing out that King of Swords, and I just love too because it's like blowing onto the sword. So you are breathing on your casting into your projects, into those swords, your spell work, your intention, what you want to accomplish, what you want to achieve, and swords go with the Gettysburg. Okay, so I think you're still a part of that one. So they're going to be okay. You really are connected to Gettysburg. But yes, again, so I can see the connection there. If you are. So yeah, with Bridget, the swords, the forge, and then you got the sword too. But you know, kind of like wielding your sword of truth here. You are. I just love how you are like breathing fight. You're breathing your ideas. You're breathing in you're breathing out and into the sword, your ideas, your manifestations, your will, your intent. Love that. So that's the energy aspect of you that she can help you with this year. Now looking at your other cards right now, Nine of Swords, my dear. So, you know, with all the good things that we have that go on, we also have those that um, you know, that causes us anxiety, a little bit of fear, keeping us up at night. So there's a lot of concerns and worries. It feels like they're still going on, and I understand that from things that you have shared. So I'm sad to see that there is still that hanging over you, that heavy presence. But what I love about the underlying energy is the Six of Cups, and so making sure, especially with Bridget being the goddess of creativity and inspiration, making sure that maybe you connect and bring out that inner child more. When you go through this anxiety, this fear, whatever it is that's kind of like bogging, because with the swords, it's a lot that's mental, getting a lot of that. Oh, like can't shut the thoughts off, and worrying about what about this, what about that. This is all about her helping you redirect where you're pointing your sword, redirect where you're putting your energy. So taking that from that nine of swords, excuse me, and putting into that king and having that down to one, if that makes sense, and being able to put all of that energy and focusing it in a positive manner, again, through your breath work, your spell work, into your projects. And with that Six of Cups, that beautiful nostalgic energy, um, again, embracing things from allowing things from your past to support you, to help you through this Nine of Swords. So if there's any feeling of self-doubt, or fear or concern, just know that you can go back, and relive and feel memories from your childhood, and not just childhood, but later on in life, where you felt, with that sun, like anything was possible. She's reminding you to tap into that, and to tap into those childlike emotions, and allow that to carry you through, to nurture yourself, nurture that inner child. Um, so that's what I have for you, my dear. But how amazing, Bridget. Hello, Aruk. How are you? This is my Sacred Feminine show that I'm doing, and we are looking at goddess energy to work with during the new year. So welcome. Actually, what I should do is put my Sacred Feminine banner on. And so what we are doing today is I am pulling a card on a divine feminine energy, archetype or actual deity, however you see. I'm not doing personal questions, Aruk. We're just doing sacred feminine today. But there are other shows that I do, and there are other people, readers in our community that will take personal questions today. So you can hang out, chill with us, and possibly a reading might resonate with your question. Let's see. So, so this is a personal, yeah, we're looking at personal goddess um, readings. So let me back up and see anxiety. Thank you. It's okay. So I caught already. Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. You know that though. Okay, up next, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Is Irene. Now I'm kind of being drawn between two decks. Irene, my left or my right? Okay, gotcha, cat. You decide. Left or right? Come on, Irene. You need to choose. No, that's bad. Or unless you can't, because maybe you lost sound on your phone. So you know what? I'm going to beat you to it. I'm going to go with the left, because that's the one I'm being drawn to. Oh, you said left. Woohoo. Okay. I just mixed that King of Swords back in there, didn't I? Yes, I did. It's okay. Off to a good start, yeah. You think? Let me get a court card. So what aspect of yourself can this goddess help you with this year? Well, I'm telling you, the swords are coming out today, ladies. The swords are coming out. Anything sharp and pointy. Okay. So let me find what page she's on, because yay, I have the book for this. And I don't know a lot about some of these ladies. So, alrighty. So Irene, you got Boudica. You got Boudica. Look at that. And it says here, though we may be outnumbered, our spirit shall never be conquered. So that is a great attitude to have, Irene, going into the new year. The unconquered flame. And it says here, Boudica was a warrior queen of the Iceni tribe in ancient Britain. When her husband died, the Roman Empire sought to annex their lands. Treating Boudica, I've heard it pronounced Boudica, and her people with cruelty, seizing their wealth and subjecting them to harsh rule. Enraged by the injustice, Boudica rose up in rebellion. She united several Celtic tribes, amassing a formidable force to challenge the Roman oppressors. Her army embarked on a campaign of revenge, attacking Roman settlements. You go, girl. However, her momentum was eventually halted, and her forces were defeated in a final battle against the disciplined Roman army. But I remember learning about her, they were just absolutely blown away that a woman was able to do as much damage and lead an army the way she did. So she even impressed, the Roman warriors. It says here, Boudica's fire rebellion teaches us to confront the injustices and limitations that seek to confine us. I like that message. finding inspiration to rise against oppressive forces and fight for our freedom. Challenges you have faced may have temporarily dimmed your light and shaken your confidence. As you gradually reclaim your spirit, remember to be patient and gentle with yourself. This is a journey of self discovery and it takes time. Reclaim your confidence. You have the power to ignite the fires of change and create a brighter future. So it's right there. And look at that fiery red hair like a Scotsman. I know she was I think what did they say she was? The Iceni tribe. Was that part of Britain? Yeah, it was part of Britain, but still. I mean, look at that. So your tarot cards. So the aspect of yourself that Boudica wants to work with, that can help you work through this year, is the King of Wands. And so that King of Wands, like the King of Swords, they're this is like the mature energy where it's grounded and it's fiery. And it's basically you are tapping into the full expression of that inspiration, that fire, that catalyst. This is where you I mean the wands are all about willpower. So I don't know what says more about picking up your sword and willpower also, like with the king of the wands here. And so this is finding creative ways in which you can um oh what's the word I'm looking for, not pursue but direct your will, especially where it comes into places where you feel injustice. Okay, so with that king of wands energy aspect of yourself, we've got at the top the Ace of Wands. So again, it's basically like here is the universe handing you that ace. It's like here, you have the power, you have the willpower, you have the inspiration, you have the passion, you got that creative drive within you, that fire to be able to pursue and create whatever it is that you want to do this year. And that wands is basically being handed to your king of wands. So this wand is, you're going to be taking that if you so choose, to meet up and rise to her challenge. And your underlying energy is the chariot. So that chariot, that's all about taking control, balancing all aspects of yourself, making sure you know the grounded, connecting to your higher power, your balance of being able to mentally and emotionally be grounded and balanced, and you being able to, it's basically taming that those wild beasts, like the fauves, the wild beasts in art history. And you are taking those reins and you are directing that chariot and you are moving forward. So chariot warrior, I've even seen pictures of her depicted in a chariot, in one of those in one of those chariots, with the horse and all. So I mean that's amazing. That's extremely powerful, Irene. But you are the one that has to tap into that. And yeah, she's telling you to rise above the pain, rise above the fear, feel the fear, but do it anyways. I've had that told to me many a times. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Let me make sure you go back here. I take another sip. Awesome. You used to have auburn hair. There you go. You are ready to fight. But also the fighting, making sure that with that fighting, that you use that skill, with our fire and our passion. Sometimes we might rush ahead. That's why with the king of wands, that's controlled fire, that's controlled aggression or energy. And so having that chariot shows that you're going to be able to balance that. You're going to be able to balance and temper, like Bridget with that sword with Boudica too. You're going to be able to temper that and be able to drive clearly through what it needs to be said and what needs to be done. So I think that was an awesome read with her coming out. These have been great, ladies. Thank you for. She's kind of like the Xena. I never could watch that show. I was just not into that show, but there was a guy though that was a part of that show that my friend Christine and I met in a chat back in the day when it was just chats were just coming out, ICQ, and it was like around 98, 99 with the computers, and we met the guy who was like the short like companion or whatever. So we used to have a few conversations um in with that. So let me see. She was wild as fuck from what I remember. Yep. Yep. Hell hath no fury sworn like a yeah, I can't even say it. Hell hath no furry. Furry. Hey, you could be furry too. That she wolf that comes out. Like a woman scorned. Tap into that wild woman, y'all. Tap into her fierceness. All righty. So I see my mods answering questions for me in chat. Thank you, my dear. And what did Kat say? My daughter used to make me do that scene. Looking back, though, if I ever get a chance to watch a show, I might. Back in the day, I was all about Charmed and stuff. I wasn't quite into that. That just wasn't my thing. Or the Buffy. I was all about the witches, of course. So up next is Kat. All righty. Oh, I'm going right for the Colette Baron Reed. And I know I've got her book. I've been moving things around again in my room. I just can't make myself happy trying to fit a studio and my reading area, in the same room and trying to configure everything. Alrighty, so Kat, what goddess would be interested in working with Kat this year? Okay, let me see. I believe I saw her that book. Yep, it's right there. Oh man, too bad I couldn't find the other one like that. So let me find her. And even though I know things I already know about her, I like reading what other authors write as well. Because they come with the Colette Baron Reed books come with an empowerment and an alignment. So I'm feeling like, the alignment's going to be what's important for this year, what we need to do to get into aligned. So let's see what cards go with the goddess you have. I wonder who it is. I should say, I wonder who she is. And I'm curious if people want to answer in chat when it comes to gods and goddesses. Do you see them as just energetic archetypes, or do you see and feel them as an actual sentient being or a deity? I'm curious. I've probably asked that before, but especially when I have new people come into chat, I like to. Okay, let's see what aspect. 30 years ago? I know. Tell me, Irene. I was like in my mid to late 20s, and I'm now 55. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Stop at 30 years ago. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Let me see what we have here. So this is for Kat. I can see the connection. Oh, wow. Okay. So Lucy Lawless aged like a fine wine, hot still. And you know who also did? Jennifer Beals from Flashdance. Man, I know these actresses have money for surgeries and things, but there's some that you can just tell they've had just a little bit and they still look amazing. So, Kat, you got the goddess Demeter or Demeter, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But look at that, and she's all about nurturing. And we know her story about how her daughter Persephone was abducted and taken down into Hades. And so that she gets, she doesn't have her daughter for 6 months, where the earth goes cold and barren until her return in the spring. And then she stays with Mama for another 6 months. So Demeter is known as the nurturer. And let's see here. Okay. So I'm being drawn to look at the alignment message for her. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just read all of it. So, giving to others is a wonderful feeling when you have a healthy sense of yourself. You want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. So we're already looking at not just nurturing others, but making sure that we're not taken advantage of, and that the nurturing is reciprocal. That our boundaries are healthy and they're in place. So it says here, the Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. That's me with the grandbabies. Oh, so you got grandbabies. And it's also acknowledging, again, now is the time to nourish yourself too. Forgiving must be balanced by receiving. So I'm going to go into the alignment message. So I'm feeling that this is how she's going to be able to assist this year, um, in helping you align these energies that I'm seeing here too in the cards. Wow, it's interesting how I'll show you in a second. I'll jump ahead of myself here. So the alignment message is, sweetheart, is, do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them, or you might be in a pattern of people pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds onto fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. And I'm going to stop really quick and let you know that I did get the Nine of Swords also for you, and that's about mental fear, worry, anxiety, and stress. So this message, alignment message, is fitting perfectly here. So no one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. It says here, Demeter knows the price of this way of being, as it caused her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it's time to step back, take a breath, and say no to the behaviors and people you know are draining you. It is simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self worth. Choose how you nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you her nurturing energy to help you course correct. And I love the cards that are coming with this. So, right off the bat, we'll just look at the underlying energy. And I saw that you said yep. So, there's that fear right now, again, of having to set boundaries, having to, having that fear of, but what if I tell people, everything that was said in there. So, this is this underlying energy of what you're going through right now. Your core card that she can help you with this year is the Queen of Cups. And with the Queen of Cups, she is the one that's emotionally nurturing. She's the one that provides that emotional support, that unconditional love. But she is also very intuitive. This is also a very creative suit, along with the wands. This is about tapping into your intuition, tapping into how others feel as well. This is, the card of a healer, of an empath. And so if you feel very deeply, and sometimes those individuals who you want to set boundaries to will, you know, you don't want to hurt their feelings, but at the same time, they're drained, like the card said, they're draining you. So what she's going to help you with is being able to nurture yourself, making sure that your boundaries are placed, and it's going to take some work. Your top card is the Eight of Pentacles. And so the Eight of Pentacles is about working on honing a skill. So she's going to help you to be able to work with staying focused, working at your skill, which is being able to nurture yourself, learning how to say no when needed, and to put a stop to that energetic vampirism that people, and this could also, this could also fall in the realm of finances as well. So right now, just staying focused, kind of nose to the grind, so to speak, and she'll help you be able to nurture and hone skills of health, of security, of stability, and being able to get you grounded where, that's why I love that you got Demeter, because for me, this feels, the pentacles are kind of like the harvesting card. They're the card of the earth, our bounty, and things that we work on. And when her daughter Persephone is around, there's all this beauty, there's this wonder, there's work, there's this growing, there's harvesting. And when she's gone, there's that isolation, that coldness, that loneliness. So she's going to be able to help you, of course, for entertainment purposes only, as always, but be able to help you with that balance. And that's what I have for you, Kat. And hello, Megas. How are you? I had cocoa the other day. It's so weird. You didn't pop in. Usually when I have a cup of cocoa, you pop in. Today it's mocha coffee with a little bit of mocha and a little bit of milk, but good to see you, my dear. Oh, we love you too, Magus. Mwah. So that is what I have for you, Kat. You're welcome, my dear. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. And so let's see. Megan's saying hello to everybody. I'm surprised you. Well, it's time to get rid of all those swords, pick one up, and go. I mean, you don't know how many swords that she kept on herself. But yeah. By art, I mean by painting, not singing. Ooh, who has a gray slick beauty? Ooh. That's me with the grandbabies. You know who impresses me with her aging is Grace Slick. Okay. No cosmic surgery or anything. Yep. And, from what I understand, Stevie Nicks about 10 years ago or so did an interview. And she said that, she keeps telling people, I've had no work. She goes, I was always very regimented in making sure after shows, I did not go to sleep with makeup all over my face. She goes, I cleaned my face. I took good care of my skin. I'm surprised, even with all the drinking and stuff, because that kind of affects skin as well. But she says the last thing she wants to happen, she said, is someone come up to her and say, you kind of look like Stevie Nicks because of, the face work. So I love that. I absolutely love that. So, but yeah, I thought that was my last reading. There weren't any other any other requests. I can take a sip here. And Megas, I hope you're having a beautiful New Year's already. 5 days into it, my goodness. So on point. Okay, good. That's what I like to hear. That feels good knowing that. It's validation. So it says I have 9 people in chat. Hey, Goddess. What's up, girl? I am doing the Divine Feminine readings she already says me. Okay. So this is going to be a goddess that has potential that she may want to work with this year. And Mousy girl, how you doing, Mousy? Happy New Year. So let's see what God I'm going. So I went right to the purple deck. And of course, this is the book that I cannot find, but let's see who we get. And if she's one that's in the Colette Bear and Read, we'll look at that too. Doing great, packing up to go to Florida. Why are you going to Florida? Magus, you're not leaving us in the Pacific Northwest, are you? With that big, beautiful castle that you live in. I mean, my goodness. I'm sure it's just to go get some tan, go develop some tan lines. So, well, you have a safe trip, Magus, and enjoy. Jax is in Florida as well. Okay, so I got to focus now. Cat goddess. Which goddess? Which goddess for cat goddess? Ooh, good thing I remember how to pronounce her name. I do believe she in, oh no, I don't have the book with her information into it. But I do believe I remember enough about her. And if Selena is in chat, she may be able to share some information as well. It really, I mean, I cannot believe that book. I cannot find that book. Now, just give me a quick second. I mean, sometimes things get pushed in, they get hidden behind another box or another book. There's Pavlov, there's Woman, there's my more again. There's, no, that's for another. This is insane, y'all. But she may be in this book, though. So, all right. Welcome to Heather's World. All righty. Not Wayne's World, but Heather's World. For the sunshine. There you go. I expect to see you all nice and, mocha and tan and glowing when you get back. Check underneath my desk. Well, let me look on the other side. Those kind of up against the wall. No, my dear. It's not. But hang on a second. I have another desk. Bear with me, y'all. Well, isn't that something? Nope. All right, I'm coming back. I want to leave my subscribers hanging. But that is very, very strange. But like I said, Murphy's Law. As soon as the show is over. Yeah. It's not too bad. I'm trying to reach down and put things in the bottom, but I just wish, I'm thinking of getting some shelves, some plastic things to insert so I can lay something here, something on top to get more use out of it. So, all righty. Cat goddess. Okay. Okay. Court. What energy can she help with your personality help you with? Okay. I'm going to put this here for a second because I want to look at something in here. And a beautiful thing too with the Olivia Rose decks, you get these beautiful full color pages of the cards. I hate, doing anything to books, but I would love to do some bibliomancy and put these carefully cut some of these images out and use them for a collage for bibliomancy and stuff too. It's 555 your time. Cool. Alrighty. So you got Cat Goddess. Let me just take your name down here. You got okay, I know how to say this. It's just the mouse not pronouncing it. Quetzalcoatl. And she is the Aztecan or Aztec Mayan goddess of death. It says here, every breath replenishes my soul and helps me to regenerate. And anything you want to add, Selena, seeing that this is your heritage, please feel free. And yeah, lots of snakes around her, but and the snakes we know are about healing, transformation. But let me see if there's a beautiful book that came out. Not every goddess is in the big book, but this was my beautiful gift from Selena. So let's see if I believe they included, yep, there she is, page 30. So this is about Earth and Mother. And so let's see if what she has resonates with you. So, and there's a much bigger picture of her in there. Not beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And yes, she is an Earth Mother force tied to life, death, rebirth, fertility, and the hungry, holy cycles of nature. Ooh. Ancestral roots and the underworld pull of the earth. There we go. So yes, Aztec Mother Goddess. And again, regeneration, balance. She's known as the Snake Woman. Cat people, you don't know because you're new, but people know I have very bad things with snakes. But here, let's read. Slowly moving her rippling form, she slithers from between the cracks, working her way up from the belly of the earth where she has nestled for an eternity. Her scales are smooth and etched with intricate patterns. They come together and form new shapes with each sinewy movement. She does not need to rush or to struggle. To her, life is a perfectly timed dance, and she is in control. She wraps around boulders, smoothing against the rock. She slides with little effort, curving around any obstacle in her path. She knows that you do not need to be forceful to have your way. A caress holds as much power as a deadly bite, but you would do well to avoid either from her. I just lost my place here. It's true to say that if you saw her, you might be alarmed, but her snake-like form does not reveal her true nature. She wears the skin of a predator for a reason. She wants you to be wary, to realize that she can inflict pain if she needs to. She is Quetzalcoatl, Snake Woman, an earth goddess, a creator and destroyer, mother of gods and mortals, and so many other things. And this is her time. She has waited for thousands of years to reveal her true self, and is only now with you that she feels ready. Wearing her two faces, both of which are fanged serpents to represent the two sides of her psyche, she crawls into your world from the pages of this book. Her duality is what makes her special, for she believes there are two sides to everything, light and dark, day and night, summer and winter, all opposing forces that work together. And if you look more closely, you will notice her shape bleeds from one image to another. Sometimes she looks like a woman and sometimes a snake. Her skirt shifts around her ankles. Its fluid movement is a mirage. Oh my goodness, this goes on forever and ever. While it looks like it's made up of the silvery strands of the sea, it is in fact comprised of snakes. Oh, thousands of slithery creatures wriggling in unison. It's a symbol of her fertility and all. After all, she gave birth to the earth and everything upon it, and acknowledges, do not be scared. So I'm just going to jump here And look, she's also, they mentioned she's a grandmother. And like all women upon the earth, a creative life force. Um, and there's like different rituals that they offer. Here's an affirmation, cat goddess. Every breath, oh, that's what was on the card. Every breath replenishes my soul and allows me to regenerate. Um, now we'll go with that. Let's see. Perhaps she is here to teach you a lesson or give you a vision of the future. Um, she wanders into the earth, seeping into the minds of dreamers. But she is a goddess of renewal and regeneration. So let me put that back right there. All righty, so that is quad of the Q for you. And so if we look at the tarot, what aspect of herself, of yourself, can she help you bring forth? And I got the Page of Swords. And the upright meaning is energy, curiosity, impulsiveness, and excitement. So, again, with that regeneration, that is the energy, time to transmute, time to take what no longer is viable, shedding the skin, just getting rid of what is making you stagnate, which is, holding you back, and allowing to transmute all that, shed that skin, and slip and slide into a new you. And in what the author writes here is a woman sits comfortably in the clouds contemplating her next move. She appears to be curious and ready to explore. This card signifies excitement and passion for the future, following your own path. It is telling you to take that leap of faith and start that thing that you've been putting off. So she incorporated a little bit of the Fool in with the Page. But the pages, they're the young, energetic thinkers. They get an idea and they want to run with it. They want to explore it, see how far they can take it. So with Coil Q's energy and that serpent regeneration, I can definitely see her being able to help you draw this out this coming year. Oops, I just hit my mouse pad here. Let me do this. Okay. So, and I love this. Your top card is the Magician. So again, the snake is considered a fire animal as well. And her being also an earth goddess, it's the perfect combination of as above, so below. The magic comes from within you. And it's when you bring that out, and then you could tap into the universe while tapping into the earth. And this fiery energy will help you be able to manifest what it is that you want to, what you desire to have in the upcoming year. What aspects of yourself. Now, with a snake goddess, that has to do with healing, also has to do a form of fertility. But let's looking at the fire of regeneration, transmutation. This is, shedding an old way of believing, thinking, feeling, seeing, and experiencing. So it's all aspects, and levels of being within us that the snake can help us transform. The only thing, though, is you have to get out of your own way. The Eight of Swords. Here, typically she's also blindfolded, but here she's got her eyes closed. She can easily open them and see that she can just, loosen those bonds. They're very loose in the first place, and just walk through those swords. The swords will not cut. So there's this mental entrapment or mental cage that we put ourselves into. So whatever this may be for you, she's acknowledging if you want to break free from that, not to be afraid of your magic and what you can create in your life. And Cola Q can help you with that, with, again, transforming, transmutating all that no longer serves you, and shedding that old skin and allowing that new, beautiful magician to come through and being curious again about the world and exploring new ideas, new projects, new ways of seeing, new vision. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Thank you for letting me read for you. And where did I put? Oh, I didn't combine the two of them again, did I? Nope. But I hope that resonated with you, Cat Goddess. Let me see. Put that there. And now my court cards have disappeared. I think Spirit's having fun with me today. I really do. Oh, this is so beautiful. I got to share this card. This court card is the Knight of Pentacles. Look, it's a butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. All righty, so we put you back there. Okay, Moira, got you. Thank you, Selena. I would love to have you back on someday. I'll do a special time for you. I want to, learn and explore more these Aztec Mayan goddesses. You have so much amazing knowledge. Look at everything you're sharing. She helps you cut cords and end cycles. And also she helps reclaiming the body, especially after fear, shame, or trauma. Wow, that could be what resonates with that Eight of Swords as well. As long as, I see one and I absolutely freeze in terror. I literally stop breathing. No, Moira, it's not too late, my dear. So let's see that I had Cat, Jax, Cat Goddess. No, I didn't have Jax. What am I talking about? Oh, this is why I try to keep a list. I really wish StreamYard, please bring back the starred comments. Yeah, that would be amazing. I think we talked about, I can kind of source. Yeah, we didn't talk about her, but we talked about the other one that I had to practice a while to get her name right. Miktehu. Oh, see, I would have to practice again to be able to respectfully pronounce her name right. I call her Mikte. I guess that's the easiest for me. Let's see. Protection through ferocity and truth. Look at you go, girl. Wow. If I can just get past the snake thing, but it's got to be a past life thing. It really, really does. My fear of them is extremely intense. All righty. So, Moira. Ooh. No, I thought I had the book for this one too. Yeah. Spirit decided not to let me have my books today. Okay, Moira. Let me just write down here so I can keep track. Moira. Oh, she's pretty. I mean, they all are, but oof. She reminds me of Ava Longoria. I'll show you the picture in a minute. So, okay, let's make this up. Bye, Selena. I will pop in. I wrote here. Actually, let me write myself a note. You said in 2 hours. I have been on for an hour, so in an hour and a half, Selena Yadira. All righty. See you later, girl. I'll pop in. And thank you again. Okay. That's so weird that all my books are missing on me today. book is this one? Oh, nope, that's my Crow Tarot. Okay. I am going to have to look her up on the phone because I do not know where. Wait a minute, where's my bag? Well, her book wasn't even in the bag. How odd is that? Moira, just give me a second here, my dear. Okay, goddess. I need some help here. Where is my books? They are very important. And they're telling me tough. Oh, give me a second, Moira. I think I know. There they are. I found them all. Better late than never. Meow. My cat thinks I'm talking to him. Okay. Found them. Alrighty. Except for that other one. Oh, nope. She's in here too. Okay. So, my books are definitely playing peekaboo. So, here it is. So, okay, so Moira, you got Nanshi. And it's kind of hard to see, but to me, she looks like Eva Longoria, especially that long, beautiful hair. Oh, my goodness. But beautiful, beautiful. And Nanshi, advocate for those in need. She's a Sumerian goddess of social justice and fertility. You know, the Sumerian goddess of social justice and fertility invites you to relate to others with empathy and compassion. And I'm just going to pop up here really quick. Your court card was the King of Cups. So again, the highest form of mature compassion and being grounded in compassion. We'll get there. But I like how that's connecting already. Just as Nanshi cared for the less fortunate, let her energy inspire you to extend a helping hand to those in need. Adopt the spirit of fairness and care, and let it permeate your actions and interactions with others. So, looking at that's the only, well, okay. Back it up here. So, your court card is the King of Cups. So, she's here to guide you in how to responsibly, I don't say responsibly, but have more. Okay, I'm looking for the right word because we know the king's energies are like the maturity of, not saying that women are immature, but the kings are like the full culmination of the suit. So we're looking at the cups, emotions, compassion. So this is somebody who is grounded enough and emotionally balanced enough to know when to be able to give. And they're in a place of, it's weird how I keep wanting to say responsible, compassion. It's like you are aware. He can help, this energy can help you become aware more of those who are truly in need. And sometimes we have to be that stern, compassionate individual where it's like that tough love kind of feeling or aspect. But this is somebody who is well grounded in their emotions and know when to be able to give, and can guide us for those who are worthy of our time, our emotions, our compassion. And again, cups 2 is also about intuition. So trusting that intuition. So with Nanchi being able to help with that, I mean, she's the water, she's the nurturer. Um, I love how those two go together. So Moira, you got the Four of Cups as your underlying energy. And I know this is known as the card of apathy, but it's also kind of being a card of boredom. But with this deck here, it's almost kind of drowning in what I'm feeling is that with the state of the world and what we see in our communities, possibly as well, it's like, how do I show compassion? How do I um, open up to people? How do I, how can I be emotionally there for people? And so for me, this feels like there's been enough with the emotions, there's enough with giving and stuff, and now we're to the point where maybe we're just drowning, or we're so submerged in it that we just we don't want anymore. And so this other one that's coming to you saying here, so it's like, here's the one coming. There's like an invisible hand or something invisible, kind of like bringing the shell, this cup to you. And that could very well be the King of Cups. Saying here, I will help you pull you out of this water, out of this apathy, out of this, I can't give anymore. I'm tired of being, taken maybe emotionally advantage of. So your top card, though, is the Six of Wands, and which is about success, achievement. So this could very well be, this is the top energy. So perhaps at this time, um, maybe you are celebrating, um, or others see your achievements in being the person who is the King of Cups, who is always giving, who is willing to be compassionate. But with him, it's learning how to be more in charge of that, more discerning of who you are open to emotionally. Sometimes, again, we have to put those emotional boundaries and borders around us. And with that King of Cups, I think working with Nanshi, she says, I can help, get you out of those, because you don't want to be in the water too long, because the water stagnates a bit, you know what I'm saying? So maybe this is her saying here, between her and the King of Cups, handing you that cup and saying, there is still good out there. There's still good people out there. You can still have the ability to be yourself, to give of yourself, and be there for others. And people see that and they recognize that and they see that as an achievement. So that's what I have for you, my dear. I hope that resonated. Whew, it's getting warm in here. After a while, after I start reading, I get really warm. And let's see, what did Mousy say? What's this? I've been quite talented the last month at misplaced airless. Yeah, well, me, I'm always trying to make my room do my room, and I'm all over the place. So things out there resonates and less to think about. Okay. Alrighty, my dear. Well, that was my last read. At one point, I had like 10 people in here. So those who stopped by, thank you. And again, thank you, everyone. And after the show, if you could please, leave a comment. It's been helping me get more people into my chat, and building my channel a bit and doing that YouTubey stuff. Smacking that sassy, for me, that like button. And so yeah, so tomorrow, I have to go out of town tomorrow for an appointment. Driving, using gas. But anywho, I'll probably pop on sometime this week for another show. Thank you, Janet. And then I'll be back for my Friday show. So I'll pop on at some point during the week, because the hands get itching. They want to shuffle. They want to do something. So, and then I'll be able to be open to more personal questions. And all righty. Well, everybody have a great week. Have a great rest of your evening or night. Be sure to pop over and say hi to Selena and meet Yadira. And we will talk to you. We'll talk to you later. See you in the chat. So, bye, everybody. Thank you again. All righty. Yes, we truly are blessed, my dear. I agree.